What's up, YouTube world? It's your boy Halucha Lucha, aka Matthew J. Brownlee, and I'm back with another pay-per-view review, top 5 thing. This is Takeover, Stand and Deliver. Today was Stand, I guess standing for Standing Ovation, maybe? I don't know. And This was night 1 for a 2-night part. And night 1 was fantastic. Good stuff. Excelente. Before I get into it, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And we're just going to get into it. Handy Natty Notebook, obviously, of course. And I'm going to be ranking this from my 5 best the 5 best. There was 5 cards in the show. There was one pre-show match that we're going to talk about real quick, and that was Zoe Stark versus Toni Storm, which was a good, solid match. Good pre-show match. Sort of surprising win. Zoe Stark got the W over Toni Storm, and I guess it was just surprising, really, because Toni Storm it's Toni Storm. She's former UK champion, held it for a good amount of time. She came to NXT and then killed the scene and stuff like that. She was just in the match for number 1 contenders for Io Shirai. You know, they just had that feud thing, so you would have thought that Toni Storm would win, but no. They really like Zoe Stark, and she's really good, so I'm happy that they gave her the W, and hopefully that there's more between these two. I think they give them some good feud to build on, and have Toni Storm go a little crazy, like, I'm Toni Storm, you know who I am, beating me, rookie, and stuff like that. And that could be a good story going on for them. But in this night Takeover pre-show, Zoe Stark wins. Toni Storm went to go for the Storm Zero, and then she turned into the most devastating move of all time, the roll up for the 1-2-3. Still no complaints. Good stuff. The show opens with I wish I knew her name. The girl that normally does I think she did. It's not Poppy. It's the other one who also normally comes. I forget her name. I think she does Io Shirai. No, that's Poppy who does Io Shirai's thing. I think she might have done Rhea Ripley's theme, but she did America the Beautiful. That was fantastic, and it opened up with it's not my number 5, so I'm not going to talk about it. My number 5 match on the show was the Gauntlet match. It was a solid match. This is the second match on a card. It started with Leon Ruff and my boy Swerve Scott. Leon Ruff came out there. His all back was hurting. He was on the ground. He was like, my back. And then everybody was like, what in the world happened to him? And then Swerve, all smooth as silk, comes down and is like, yeah, you already know Smooth Scott out here. So they're fighting before the bell in the rings. They're tearing each other up. They're throwing each other on the barricade. They did this one cool spot where I think Swerve went to maybe take some stuff off the announce table, and he went to like long dart him over, but he like got out of it, and like he jumped on the announce table and did like a spinning cutter thing on Swerve. That was amazing. We like those around these parts. Fantastic. And then the match start, and then they go back and forth. Good stuff between them. Do I write anything about that? No. I wrote cutter off announce table. So yeah. And then Reed comes out for number 3. Ruff tries to go for like a fun splash, like a crossbody. Brunson Reed catches him, and like he tries to throw him at Swerve. Swerve ducks. It's like, get that out of here. Then he tries to beat him up when he comes in. Brunson Reed wasn't having that. He was taking him out. They did a spot where Brunson Reed had Swerve in like a suplex position, and Leo Ruff goes from the top and takes him out, and then he tries to gang up on Brunson Reed, and then he does like 2 double like sit down splashes. He did like bonsai drops he did one on he did one to Ruff's back, and he did the other one to like his chest. That hurt my chest looking at that. And then number 4, next person who comes out, to the moon. Oh, my boy Cameron Grimes. It's my favorite guy of all time. He's so fantastic. He's coming out there. He's flashing the money. Um, Swerve Scott goes for the knees, ankles, and stuff like that. And then Cameron Grimes comes in. He does like a top rope splash on him. And then he goes in his trunks. Lots of money to Swerve Scott. Swerve Scott says, "Yas." Takes the money. And then they're like a unit for now. They take out Brunson Reed, taking out Swerve Scott. And then Brunson Reed gets like the upper hand a little bit, whatever. And then Dexter Lumis comes out. He's next. He takes out Brunson Reed. He like does a DDT on the steel steps on Brunson, or the steel platform thing that they have on Brunson Reed. He goes in, takes out Swerve, and I like how Cameron Grimes is like, "Oh no, not gonna give me this time." He just like runs out the ring. But he comes back, tries to attack him from behind, not having it. He takes him out. He's running wild and stuff like that. They take him out and stuff like that. And of course, LA Knight comes out. He talks trash on the mic. I think he like kicked Dexter Lumis or Brunson Reed or whoever that was on the outside. I think on the inside, I think Cameron Grimes hit a cave in or something happened, and then Swerve pinned Leon Ruff. Leon Ruff is out of there. And then they all brawl. And then after that, Dexter Lumis had like a silencer on Cameron Grimes. But then as he has that on him, LA Knight does jackknife on Dexter Lumis. Dexter Lumis gets eliminated. And then, what's in my face? Then after that, they all gang up on LA Knight because, he talks that trash. Triple team on him, ending with the splash thing. Not a splash, but I forget what it's called, but the splash thing that Brunson Reed does. Kevin Owens does it too, like a backdrop splash, whatever that move is called. He hit that on LA Knight, and then he gets all discombobulated. He comes out, and then silencer on by Dexter Lumis. So apparently that's a feud thing that's going on with each other. And then it's the three of them, Brunson Reed, Swerve Scott, and Cameron Grimes. Cameron Grimes and Swerve get at each other for a little bit, and then they focus on Brunson Reed, and then they focus on each other again. And then Cameron Grimes tried to get a sneaky one on Swerve, but Swerve gets the sneaky roll up with the tights on Cameron Grimes, and Cameron Grimes is eliminated. And then you have Brunson Reed, Swerve Scott, the last two. Star-making performance. This is your star-making performance. This is your Iron Man breakout superstar for the match. That's what this is. This is what WWE loves to do. They're like, you're not going to win the match, but we're going to make sure you look darn good in the match in defeat. And that's pretty much what he did. He did 3 house calls, which didn't take him out. He did 2. Like, he kind of no-sold the first one. And then he hit another one, and then he went to go hit a third one, and then like Brunson just tried to catch his leg, caught his leg, but he like smoothly came out of it and like hit a third one for 3 or for 2. He was on the outside. He was on the top rope. I think he probably tried to do like a tsunami, but he took him out, and he like did like a Death Valley drop on the apron, which looked like it sucked a lot. That was tough. But in the end, he's talking trash, of course, because that's how they all have to end. He talks trash, and then he gets hit with like a power bomb, and then he gets hit with like a Buckeye, the thing that Hangman Page does, like beach break Buckeye, that type of move, and then he goes on top. Tsunami, 1, 2, 3. Brunson Reed is the winner. He goes to face Johnny Gargano at night 2, which he might win, low key. He might win, but yeah, that was a good match. I enjoyed it. and it's gonna be a good stuff for tomorrow. Next up, my number 4 match of the show was a highly anticipated match. It was a good match, but unfortunate, unfortunate for the time restraint. Kushida versus Pete Dunne. Now, this match I think was very good for the time that they got, which was probably 11 minutes, maybe if that. So for what I originally thought was that the show was going to be on Peacock. I didn't know the show was on the network. It was on the network. I didn't know the show was also on USA. So while I was watching it on Peacock, and I was looking, I was like, oh, that's strange. First, it was strange that they had like the noise thing was happening. Like the noise thing was happening. Like I said, they was cutting to a commercial for like Peacock, but it never went to commercial. Like it just like the noise stopped a little bit, and then it went back and it cut off. I was like, what is going on? Stuff like that. And then I heard that later they said that, well, I heard from friends and stuff that it was actually on the USA Network as well. So that's why the picture-in-picture from USA happened and why it went out for a little bit and came up. I was like, oh, okay, so that makes more sense. So the biggest misfortune of this show was, especially for this match, was that it wasn't long enough. They had like a time restraint. They only had the certain amount of time because they couldn't go over a specific amount of minutes from USA. Had this only been on Peacock or network or whatever, and they had more time to get going, I think this match would have been probably A+ stature. This was still a good B+ for what they did. They started out super technical. Pete Dunne went straight after Kushida, trying to get in that arm lock, joint manipulation. Kushida tried to do some like his flippy stuff, like the flip thing. Pete Dunne said, "We're not having any of that." Drop kicked him in the face, took him out with the super suplex release suplex thing on the apron, stomping on the fingers, working that hand, and pretty much that's what the root of the story was. The hand that might have been the story of the night, was the hand. Kushida was locking in submissions. He would get Pete Dunne would get to the rope, but then he would use his hands take it off the rope and then lock him in another position, another submission, like the hoverboard or arm bar or some fancy octopus type move, which was all fantastic. We loved to see all of it. And did I write anything special about this match? Nope, just cool, great match, awesome. So yeah, and it was. And then at the end, stomps on the fingers, kick to the face, bitter end, and that was the match. Again, really good match. Very short, unfortunately, because it was on the USA Network and you had only a specific amount of time. If this was only on Peacock, I'm pretty sure this match would have went a good 20 minutes. We could have loved that good 20 minutes. But for the 13 minutes it had, it was still very good. Number 3 on my list, I'm going to give it to the tag team match. Start as far as matches, this was probably better than my number 2 match, but I think the number 2 match is a little bit more important. But I still think this was a fantastic match to crown new tag team champions. I think it had the slight disadvantage of following my number 1 match, which if you watched the show and you saw it in order, you probably know what my number 1 is, and you probably know what my number 2 is. But this match was still really good, man. MSK is very good. Grizzled Young Veterans are great, and Legado is very, very good as well. You would have thought that this was, which it was for the most part, the MSK versus Grizzled Young Veterans show, but Legado added that extra freshness to the match, that, or else you would have just got another MSK and Grizzled Vet show. And the what they added was really good. You would think that at first it started, it was all MSK and Grizzled Vets. You think, ah, man, and then out of nowhere, Phantasma, they came in there, they shine like halfway during the match. Very crisp they are. I love that Joaquin Wild did like his "you can look but you can't touch" dance. That was actually hilarious. Um, a lot of, like I said, working on the fingers. Of course, Wesley had his hand broken, and he did a thing to James Drake, but James Drake like grabbed his fingers, put it on like inside the turnbuckle, and nope, not James Drake. I lied. Zach Gibson put his hands on the rope on the turnbuckle, and James Drake drop kicked his hand, so that was a good callback because he broke his hand. Good callback with that. Um, they did the spot, the DIY, the revival spot, the famous tag team spot that we all love. When they took him out, he James Drake had put Wesley in Shingles Gates, which is one of his old submission finishers, working on the hand. Nash Carter tried to get in there, but uh, James Drake got him with Zach Gibson. I keep mixing them up. Zach Gibson. I swear I can speak English. Zach Gibson had Wesley in the Shingles Gates. James Drake had Nash Carter in another submission, and he went to try to, Wesley was about to tap out, and he was like, "No, don't tap out, don't do it, don't tap out." He's like, "I'm not gonna tap out for you, I'm not gonna tap out for you." And then Joaquin Wild came in, boom, drop kick to the face to break up the tap. Good stuff. I'm a sucker for that spot. And then in the end, James Drake and Zach Gibson had hit the Doomsday on Joaquin Wild because they tried to hit it earlier on Nash Carter, but they didn't let that happen. But they hit it on him, and then they hit like a burning hammer. MSK did on Joaquin Wild, took them out, and then again, Dusty classic finish, finishers, finalemers. They did their thing. They went to go for another submission, they went to go for the Ticket to Mayhem. That's what they call that move. Ticket to Mayhem. Tried to go for that. Didn't work. Took out James Drake, and then they took out Jack Gibson. Hit him with the whatever the finish is. And new tag team champions MSK. Good stuff for them. Let them be the baby faces for right now. Let them give me more of Legato. Give me more of my guys, grizzled veterans. Bringing Gallus. Give me Mustache Mountain. Bring them. Put them with Pete Dunne. Give me some of that. I'm ready for it. Those 5 teams: MSK, Grizzled Vets, Gallus, Mustache Mountain, Legato. Still got Breezango if you want to keep them there. I mean, we're good money. We're good money with that. But yeah, that was a good match. Loved it. Number 3, solid A minus. Solid A minus. Next up, my number 2. For the fact that and new NXT Women's Champion. This was the main event. Io Shirai versus Raquel Gonzalez. This was This was like another maybe 15 minutes, if that. Probably not. Match, no commercials. Io Shirai versus Raquel Gonzalez for the championship. Dakota Kai was out there for about maybe 2 minutes. She tried to blatantly get involved, and the ref saw it, didn't disqualify her, but instead just kicked her out. She was like, "What? I didn't do anything." It's like, that's a disqualification, but that's not my business. Raquel dominates Io Shirai. She is just whooping that booty cheeks. But of course, there's a couple of miscues in the match. Raquel obviously, still a little new. She's big, new, but Io made her look like $200 million because Io Shirai is the greatest. She she bounced around like a rag doll for Raquel, and that's what you like in your valiant champion, who was champion for 300 plus days. They go on the outside. Raquel gets taken out by Io, and then in like 2 seconds she turns around and Io Shirai's on top of the freaking skull, diving crossbody on her, takes her out, throws her on the inside, hits her over the moonsault. 1, 2, kick out. Oh my God, he kicked out. Raquel Gonzalez goes on the outside. She tries to follow her. No. Boom. Big boot to your mouth face. Here you go. Here's one of my choke slams. Ha. Throw you inside. She said, why don't you stay down? Stay down. You can't beat me. Io Shirai. Boom. Hit her with a big uppercut. She bounces off the ropes. Clothesline. Hold that. Can I grab you real quick? Thank you. Another choke slam thingamajiggers. 1, 2, 3. Your winner and new NXT Women's Champion. Her name is Raquel Gonzalez. I saw it coming. Clearly, it was going to happen. There's a lot of people who is like, keep her in NXT. For what? Why are you keeping Raquel in NXT? For what reason is Io Shirai going to stay in NXT? For what reason? If they wanted her to stay in NXT, she would have kept the title. There's really nothing for her to do left. She's been NXT champion. Who did she beat? Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair, Sasha Banks. She's beaten Raquel before. She's beaten Mercedes Martinez. She's beaten Toni Storm. She's beaten Zoe Starks. She's beaten Ember Moon. She's beaten Chauncey Blackheart. She's beaten Candice LeRae. She's beaten Indy Hartwell. What else do you want her to do? What else do you need from her? To go back to have a rematch, to lose again? To go face Frankie Monet, a.k.a. Tyra Valkyrie, to have a feud with her for, a couple of weeks for her, to lose to her? To join the tag team division? For what reason? She doesn't need to be there anymore. She does not need to be in NXT no more. Maybe she can go to NXT UK, but really, what is she gonna do I mean, there's obviously people in NXT UK. I'm not disrespecting nobody in UK. My girl Mako's there. My girl Mackenzie's there. My girl Kaylee Ray is there. My girl Viper's there. Those are all my girls. They're there, but I mean, I just be here. Oh, by the way, she also beat Dakota Kai. I forgot about that. Beat her. What really else she has two options. Tyra Valkyrie and Sari. Those are your two options, which will be fine, but she's not going to beat them. She's going to lose to both of them, so you're going to just keep her on the main roster just to lose a whole bunch of matches now. Anyways, number one match, the best match on the card. Tommaso Ciampa versus Walter for the NXT UK Championship. This match was fire. Again, if this match had the time that it needed, this match probably would have. I think this match could have been 5-star. I don't know if they're gonna rate it 5 stars. I doubt it, but this is probably as close to 5 stars that you can get, as in 4.75 stars. This match was fantastic. The story, again, is the hand. But this hand story is Walter's chopping hand. He chops with that hand. So he chop. Your chest hurts and it turns to hamburger meat. And Tommaso Ciampa knows that. And he hits a couple of chops. He tries to do a couple of chops. He hit one, which hurt him a little bit. He took him down. And then he hit another one when he tried to do Ciampa had Walter on the corner. He went to run to do his thing, and then boom, hit him with another chop. He got him on the top of the turnbuckle. Boom! Another chop to the chest. Threw him down on the floor. But then after that, Tommaso Ciampa got all the offense in the world on Walter. That's one fantastic thing about Walter. He's big, he's mean, he's scary, but man, he will sell. He will sell for you. Yes, he will. And this, like I said, this was like another uh, uh, Tyler Bate, Dragunov type match. And I think if this match would have happened in UK, or if it would have happened on like Peacock where there was no commercial, like you didn't need commercials, and there wouldn't have been a time limit. Oh, this match would probably still be going. I ain't even gonna hold you. Um, but the story was great. Walter went to do another chop to Tommaso Ciampa on the announce table. He moves out the way. The table breaks. It was like, oh my god, he broke the table. There's splinters everywhere. It was great. Wade Barrett is the best. And he goes in there, of course. Everything he's doing, taking away the hand, taking away your chopping hand. He's hitting him with, trying to hit him with suplexes and airway crashes, but he's getting the best of them because he's big and mean. But he finally hits it during the commercial break of all places. Hits an airway crash, gets a two, um, gets the fairy tale ending on him for another two. Uh, he hits him with like a clothesline, like one of those clothesline that he ends people with. He got a two on. Walter got a two on that. He goes to the top. He tries to get like a power bomb on Tommaso Ciampa for the top of the top of the turnbuckle. Tommaso Ciampa reverses it, picks him up for a avalanche airway crash for another two. Yeah, this match is just great. And then they're having chop offs. Ciampa was doing a lot of the chopping. He was chomping the mess out of Walter. He was chopping him like crazy. And they made a point where because his right hand is his chopping hand, Walter had used his left hand, but it isn't as strong as his right hand. So his Ciampa so the chops are kind of pretty much equal. And then in the end though, after he hits, Ciampa goes for something. He doesn't go for. I think he goes for like another fairy tale ending or something like that. And then Walter reverses it, hits him with a power bomb, picks him up, hits him with another one, and does the thing where he sits on you, puts all his weight on you. Got a two on that. He picks him up. He twists his neck with his foot, and then he grabs his neck. He hits like a release German from the on his neck, and then finishes it with a chop. Big old chop from the right hand. 1, 2, 3, and still United Kingdom champion Walter. That was a pretty bold move to win. Out of all the moves to win with, you win with a chop, and I think it was a fantastic story they told. Walter's been chopping Tommaso Ciampa. Everybody knows that when you get chopped, that's what hurts. So this match was so different from all his other matches, because all these other matches with everybody he's chopping them, he's taking them out with the chops. And with Tommaso Ciampa, it's like, you're not chopping me, we're not getting this chop off on, and I'm gonna chop you with my left hand, and it's not gonna be as powerful. And then in the end, I catch you with that one good chop, and that takes him out. He has like the power bomb, double power bomb. He has like his clothesline. He has the top rope splash thing that he normally uses, which I don't think he even hit in here. And then he finishes off with a chop, another finishing move. And I think it was fantastic. I think it was a brilliant ending to a brilliant show. Honestly, I would love for Tommaso Ciampa, because UK Prelude is going to happen before night 2. I would love, after Walter beats him, Rampage, I would love for Tommaso Ciampa to come back down, follow him to the UK, and be like, this is not over, and then Tommaso Ciampa have a run in the UK for a little bit. I would love that if that would happen, and then he meets Dragunov and a whole bunch of other people that he hasn't even faced yet. I think it would be fantastic. But overall, I give NXT at night 1 an A. I thought this was a fantastic show. I can't wait for tomorrow. I think tomorrow's going to be amazing. What did you guys think of the show? Did you enjoy it? Did you like all the matches I like? Did you have a different top five? Let me know. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm out.